Hey everyone, welcome, I'm MisterBo, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a brand new screenshot that Beenox has released of Dingo Canyon, and we're also going to be talking about the additional tracks coming in Nitro-Fueled, the ones that weren't in the original, maybe new tracks, and talking about how they might be possibly Spyro themed levels, which we'll get into. So firstly, let's begin with that brand new screenshot. So yesterday, Beenox put up on their Twitter account a screenshot of the old version and then the new version of this screenshot in Dingo Canyon. Here is what the original looked like, of course the classic CTR, and then here is what it looks like in Nitro-Fueled. Obviously, it looks a lot better in Nitro-Fueled. Seeing this screenshot just gets me even more excited. I've seen some complaints that there aren't the black and yellow stripes along the edge of the road. I mean, that's just sort of nitpicking at this point. I think it looks fine without that. You can see it's the edge of a track, and I think that's the only real reason those lines were there in the first place. Of course, we've got the angry Coco. That seems to be her new thing in all these screenshots. She's like really focused and determined and angry. And then in the background, you have to zoom in to actually see this, it looks like it's Dingo Dial, and again it looks like he's not in his traditional green coloured cart. He's in the blue one that we saw in the other trailer before, which is strange that they're showing Dingo Dial multiple times in a blue cart rather than his traditional green, but maybe that's just because, hey, again, you can change the colour of your cart. That's a quick look at that screenshot. Again, it gets me even more excited for this game. I'd love to know what you guys think of Dingo Canyon. Were you a fan of the original track in the original CTR? And what do you think of the newer looking version in Nitro-Fueled? Let me know in the comments below. But now I wanted to move on to something that I saw last week on the Crash Bandicoot subreddit. It was a post by a user called Boo Runs, and I will leave a link in the description below to that Reddit post. And basically, this user had gone onto a website called ARTSTATION, which is a widely used website for game developers and game designers to put up bits of their work as sort of a portfolio to show, hey, I did this concept art, hey, I did these character renders, weapon renders, level renders, whatever it might be. I've been on there a few times for some of my Destiny videos, taking a look at some of the stuff. Now, you can get just normal people putting up artwork on this site. Not all of it is professional, but there is a lot of professional stuff on here. And this user by the name of Boo Runs found a user on ArtStation by the name of Gabriel Kelly. Now, Gabriel Kelly has posted some Spyro Reignited Trilogy inspired sketches. Here's the sketches that he did on the screen for you, and this is what he said about them. I did a test a while ago for a concept artist position. I didn't get the job, but I made those sketches. The game was a racing game with a really similar aesthetic to Spyro Reignited Trilogy. They asked me to do 4 concepts of a finish line inspired by that world. Well, we know there isn't a Spyro racing game currently. We know that Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled does have a similar aesthetic to Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Obviously, Crash and Spyro are sort of synonymous at this point. They're both really linked together. The fact that they've been crossing over recently in things like Skylanders, and of course Activision owns both the IPs, it kind of makes sense for them to cross over in, say, a kart racing game. We also know in Nitro-Fueled we're going to be seeing unique finish lines for every single track, something that was supposed to be in the original but couldn't be implemented due to memory space. Now, we've already seen some of these. Here's the Polar Pass finish line, and we also get a glimpse at the Papu's Pyramid finish line at the beginning of the Nitro-Fueled trailer. Now, I know a lot of people want Spyro as a playable character in Nitro-Fueled. I think that would be really cool as maybe some sort of secret character, but it would also make sense to maybe see some levels from Spyro in Crash Team Racing as well. Maybe it's some sort of DLC pack, maybe it's just in there at the beginning, we don't know, but it would make sense. Now, of course, we do know we are getting additional levels thanks to the official website, which says power slide your way to glory in brand new additional karts and tracks not seen in the original games. Well, we've already seen some of those karts in the form of the Nitro Kart karts. And we know, as I mentioned earlier, you can change the colour of your karts thanks to Dingo Dial being in a completely different colour kart to his original. And we haven't seen any of the new levels yet. People had assumed that maybe it's just the Crash Nitro Kart levels, a few of them being brought back into the CTR levels. Obviously, a lot of those Nitro Kart levels were inspired by CTR levels, so that would kind of be a bit weird depending on which ones they brought back. But maybe we do get completely brand new levels. Maybe a few of them are Spyro themed. Maybe a few of those are themed around levels that we haven't actually seen before in Crash Team Racing. For instance, in Warped, we have the Arabian Night levels, we have the Egyptian levels, and we have those fantasy levels. There aren't any racetracks really themed around those in Crash Team Racing, so that could be a possibility. Now, do take these sketches with a grain of salt. Again, these could be for some other kind of racer. It could be for nothing to do with Spyro or Crash Bandicoot. They just wanted some sort of Spyro aesthetics in their game, or maybe this is for Crash Team Racing but they aren't going to go ahead with having any Spyro tracks in it. Just putting that out there, take this with a grain of salt, but I'd love to know what you guys think about this. Would you like to see Spyro being brought into Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled either as a playable character or making some racetracks designed around the world of Spyro Reignited trilogy? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know, would you like to see me cover more one-off screenshots when they come out, when Beenox releases them? I kind of wanted to throw the Dingo Canyon one into this Spyro themed video because there wasn't really enough to talk about, but if you guys would like to see me just have dedicated videos on new screenshots when they come out, let me know because I can do that, but I feel that's probably maybe too short of a video, not really enough in it. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this video or if it's helped you out in any way, feel free to give that like button a big old hug. You can subscribe for more gaming content and coverage. You can also boop that bell icon to be notified when all my future videos go live. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.